All right, well, welcome back to part two of this Bitcoin widget tutorial. In the last part, well, we've done quite a bit. We've, filled out all the entry data that we need to pass in between this thinking stuff and between the displaying stuff. I went over SwiftUI, I went over how widgets work. I mean, it's quite an eventful half an hour of part one. In part two, hopefully we can finish off all the layout stuff, and we can finish off all the thinking, all the URL fetching, all the data fetching. So I mean, that's only really happened like a few minutes ago for me, because all I've really done is I've had a drink of water, I went to a toilet, and that's it. Recording again. Anyways, so that's done. We've got pretty much everything. We've got all the main basics down pat, so we can get into pretty much doing everything else. One thing I do want to talk about though is this unredacted modifier, because I said I was going to explain it in the last part, but I forgot to. So let's talk about that, shall we? So, you can actually add in a preview to redact some widgets. Now, what redacting does is that it actually changes, or it actually turns all the text and views into blocky little blobs like this. Basically, it just shows while it's still loading. So, if we're still fetching all the data, or if a view is still loading, and if it happens to take some time, maybe your internet connection is not as good, or you just have a very slow phone, which, yeah, anyways, if that is so, then you might see a redacted widget just popping up for a few seconds before showing everything else. So this is the redacted modifier. You can just check it out. So you just put in redacted, and the reason is because it's a placeholder. If you're wondering what all the placeholder data is, that would actually be the preview data. Now I'm not saying that it's actually magically popping up in there. You can even make it anything else. Currently we have a simple entry, and inside this provider where all that thinking stuff is happening, there's a placeholder function which actually shows, oh, there's all this placeholder. It's still loading. Oh, here's a placeholder you want to use. Here's all the preview data you want to use. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty much all the stuff redacted uses. Now, if you don't want to redact something, if you want to unredact something, so let's say this image was not unredacted, you would see it looks like a gray blob. It's very, just boring. You want to make it a little more colorful, just a tad bit colorful. And if you know that it's not really going to change or anything, or you just want it to, be shown, use unredacted, and it'll make it not redacted. Now, if you wanted this to apply to the whole thing, so let's say we've got this Z stack here, which encapsulates everything. Just like how we can set this environment color scheme to all the widgets and make all the widgets redacted, we can set it to everything in here. And now all the stuff is unredacted. Yeah, that's really it. Anyways, let's get continued. Let's continue on with all the header and all the money stuff. Anyways, let's go and create a header. Now, I'm going to create some text here. But you see, I'm not going to create the text. The reason why is because I'm not going to create the text here, but I'm going to create the text outside of the body. And it is practice to use to put all your views in a separate variable. So if I create another variable called header, this is some view. If you're wondering what some view means, it's just some type of view. It could be image, it could be text, it could be a Z stack, it could be anything. It could be a stack bender, like I was talking from before. The free stack communities, or whatever it is, the Z stack, H stack, V stack. Anyways, you've got everything in here. I mean, it's some sort of view. That's all it really just means. Now it's wanting me to add in something, so I don't want these groups. I don't want all these errors to pop up because errors aren't good. Errors are a little red, and red errors are not good because they don't work. What am I talking about? Anyways, yeah. So you've got the header. You've got the header. Um, and in here it's going to be a group of two different texts. So I'm going to put in some text saying BTC app. This is just going to be the main, just main text just popping up on the top. And down there, or after that, we're just going to put in some subheader saying, oh, Bitcoin. That's really it. I mean, just Bitcoin. Now I'm just going to put this up here inside this not bed stack. It's VStack, and this is going to be header. You're just putting in the variable header. That's it. So simple, so easy. I'm just gonna comment out the redacted thing because yeah, it's a little weird. It's a little weird. I'm just gonna add in another spacer under the header to push it up. Now this is looking good. I mean, I gotta say, doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad at all. So after this, I'm gonna make the BCC app text bold. Now you can see this text is feeling a little bold. Now, what else do we want to add? We want to make this, we want to change it so the font family is, or we want to make a font change depending on the size, because sometimes it's too big, or sometimes it wants to be a little bigger, like it's fine. But sometimes here it looks minuscule. You want it to change depending on the widget. How do we change it depending on the widget? Let's have a think. I wonder if we could get all the data from this environment. Okay. That was just really weird. I am never doing that again. Yeah, that is okay. Never mind. I'm just gonna add in an environment wrapper inside up the top. So it's going to be at environment inside some brackets. It's going to be a / dot widget family, and I'm going to call this family or family. Basically, family just means widget size. So from now on, I'm going to call it widget family because it just makes more sense to call it family than to call it size, because that's how Apple wants you to call it. Just like how they want you to call it the iPhone 10 and not the iPhone X. Anyways, the other thing that we want to add in as is a color theme. So that's the color scheme or theme. I'm gonna call this scheme because it sounds like a scheme going on. Anyways, yeah, color scheme, light or dark mode. You got the family, you've got the scheme, you've got all the environment objects. By the way, the backslash, yeah, it's pretty much the same as down here. The reason why backslash is happening, not exactly sure, but I believe it is the backslash coming from, maybe you have an environment object and you're doing backslash dot, because that's referencing that environment, but you're not showing the environment. That didn't really make sense, did it? All I'm saying is that we're just fetching the widget family and we're fetching the color scheme from some magical environment object. Okay, so we've got that down. Now let's change the size like we were talking about before. So font, we want this font to be changing depending on the family. So if the family is system large, this is gonna be a system font of size 40, not 50, 40. So if it's big, if it's very big, then it's 40. If it's not big, it's just gonna be a title. It's just gonna be a title. That's it. Just a title. That's it. Title. Very nice. Very good. And okay, so as you can see here, the title is a little too big for a small the small app or for the small widget. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make it scale down if it's a little too big. We can do this by adding a modifier called minimum scale factor. So if it's a little too big, it's gonna be 0.5. It's just gonna scale down, but that's not happening today, which is a little weird. So that's why I'm just gonna leave it be. I'm gonna leave it be because I can. Although, if I set the padding to the H stack itself, will it work? Yeah, it doesn't really make a difference. So I'm just gonna leave that here. Anyways, yeah. So that's probably something that will be fixed once you add in all the other data, because it's gonna force it to scale down. So yeah, you just have to bear with this for the next few minutes. So for a subheading, that's going to be off dot. That's going to be we're going to add a font, pretty much the same. If the family is system large, then it's going to be this time it's going to be a title. Otherwise, it's just going to be a subheadline or a headline. Actually, should I call it headline? There we go. Now it's not working. You have to try again. Because it doesn't want. Oh, there's errors. Oh, it's because I did not create this properly. If a family system large, then it's the title. If it's not, it's a family. There we go. It works. It works. Amazing. Just amazing. After that, I also want to fix up the padding for the family because it's a little too far apart. So, just like braces, when you're pushing teeth back to its original spot, we can use padding to push things back to their nice little spot. So, I just pasted this in. If the padding is, we're just going to add padding to the top. But it's only going to be for a system large. So we're also doing another one. We're checking the family is system large. It's going to be negative 15 padding, if not 0. If you're wondering what this is like a one-line if statement. It's called a ternary operator. So all you have to do is family equals system large, or it could be really any like conditional statement. It could be more than system large, less than system large, or whatever. If it could be a number. If one is more than 0, then it'll be this if it's true. Otherwise, there's a colon that separates it, and this is what it would be if it's false. I used this in other videos, so if you followed my other videos, you probably would know what it is. So group. That's great. We're almost done. We're gonna add a modifier called Foreground Color to the actual group itself, and this is going to be a color, and this color name is going to be the heading color. This heading color is the one that we found in assets.exe assets, but xCode is a little weird and I didn't want to show that. But anyways, so we've got the heading color, red or blue if it's dark mode. If you want to change this, we can change it to dark mode, because there we go. See, now it's a nice blue color, which is looking good, looking very good. So we've got the header, spacer. It's looking a little plain right now, so we're gonna add in some pricing, because pricing is very nice. This is gonna be another variable called pricing, and this is gonna be of type once again of type view, and we're just gonna put this pricing in here and put some spacers around it. Anyways, we need to add something in because that's something that we need. So this is going to be, of course, another group. And this pricing is going to consist of, guess what? A price and a difference. So one more, price and difference. This price is going to be our price. Some view. There we go. This is going to be some text code, and basically what we want to put in this text is going to depend on whether or not it's an error. So first of all, entry dot, we're going to check if there's an entry error. Basically if there was an error with fetching the data. And if there is an error, then that's sort of bad. That's kind of sad. So we're just going to put this in. If there is an error, this is going to be 4 dashes. What I'm going to do is hold down Option and do 4 dashes, which is how I get a special type of dash. I just thought, oh, this dash looks nice. It's pretty, dare I say, dashy. So I have these fancy dashes, or these dashy dashes. That was a terrible pun. I hate that. Anyways, so if there was an entry error, then yes, it's very dashes. I said it again, because why not? Alright, so if it isn't, then we're going to put in some other stuff. So we want to check if the entry.diffMode is equal to, if there's an entry.error, I actually need to make it so it's plus or minus the 4 dashes. So I'm going to do Option Shift plus, and very good. But you have a plus or minus. Symbol, which is like a mathematical symbol. Anyways, it just looks good when there is pretty much nothing else. So if the entry diff mode, or if the sorry, not entry diff mode, if entry.data.diff mode is equal to dot up, so if the money is going up, then we need to add a plus symbol behind it. If it's a negative, then it'll just be a negative symbol. Basically, a negative symbol comes with a number as well, because negative numbers have a negative symbol when they're being displayed, which is a nice little thing by Apple. So thanks, Apple. So if there isn't anything, we're just going to continue and create a string, another string. But the reason why we're making the string is because we need to round pricing to 2 decimals, because stock prices can get very, very precise, and the more precise they are, the longer the text. And we wanted to keep it a little short, because let's say our viewers want to glance at it, they get a rough estimate of the price. If I want to have something a bit more precise, and they can just open up the app. It's that simple. That's what widgets are for. Easy to look at and simple to read. That should be like Apple's like WidgetKit slogan. Easy to read. No, simple to use, easy to read. Anyways, imagine Apple's watching this video. Let's see. So we're formatting this string to %.2f, which means that we're rounding it to 2 decimals. And then in here is our number. So entry.data.different. So it's not difference. What am I talking about? Not different. It's well, I guess we should probably change this to difference, because this whole time I've been typing it as if it's for the price difference, not the actual pricing itself. Anyways, let's rethink about it. So everything I've been talking about before is for the price difference, if it's going up or down. Wow, I did not. I just realized. Anyways, entry.data.difference. So this difference here is the difference. That's quite literally it. Good job. We made a difference. We made a difference. Another pun. Oh wow, I'm on a roll. A pun roll. Not a payroll. Is that another pun? Okay. Well, I am a master of bad puns today. I am, puns. A very punny. Not another pun. I was gonna say, what a punny day. Anyways, there's an error. Entry.data.diff mode is not appearing. Because it's not part of the entry itself. It's going to be entry.diff mode, because that's what it was. I forgot what it was. Anyways, this is a text, and if we do try again, and while it's building, I'm just gonna work on this. So we're also gonna make this bold, and we're gonna make a foreground color depend on the stock prices, or if it's going up or down. So this is going to be color of name. Let's see, entry dot diff mode color. And I put the color outside, which is, yeah, there we go. That's really it. Bits called %.2f, which is interesting. Very interesting, because wait, why is it? This is interesting. This is very interesting. Very, very interesting. Maybe I did something wrong. Let's see. I don't think I necessarily did anything wrong. Oh, I did $.2f. No wonder. It's %.2f. There we go. Oh no, Bitcoin prices are going down. That's sad. I'm gonna also make this a little smaller, so the font is gonna be, if the family is small, or system small, so it's, yeah, this is gonna change depending on the family. If the family system is small, then it's gonna be footnote. If not, it's gonna be a title too. So it's gonna be larger here, smaller down here. There we go. It works. It magically works. Okay, a few more things, because I am pretty excited, because I mean, like, the URL of all the data stuff is 10 minutes, like, most of the tutorial is a SwiftUI tutorial. Yeah, I hope you guys are learning something, by the way. I hope it's, a nice, entertaining tutorial for my punny puns. Not again. Not again. Oh well, I guess you guys have to deal with my puns, because either they get, like, beeped out, like, during post-production, like, there's, like, a beep whenever I do a pun, so, like, you don't have to sit through all my puns, or you just have to deal with it. Anyways, let's see, price, some view, this is gonna be some more text. I'm just gonna actually just copy and paste, because, you know, yeah, it's just gonna keep it simple for today. The only differences I have to make is if there's an entry dot error, if there's an error, then I don't need this plus or minus symbol, and also if, there's no need to check the difference mode. And for the entry.data, it's pretty much price 24 hours. That's really it. And let's see what else we have. We don't need to set the foreground color. Oh yeah, we don't need a foreground color right now. It's actually going to change depending on the SwiftUI. So if it's dark mode, then it's white. If it's light mode, then it's dark, which is actually really cool. Because, you know, SwiftUI. SwiftUI is amazing. Thanks, Apple, for SwiftUI. It's been 1.5 years and I've been loving it. No, that's something McDonald's uses, don't they? Anyways, font family. If the font is small, then it's gonna be body. If not, it's gonna depend on the system. So system, if it's basically it's gonna be system of size. Gonna add in a bit of math here, because math is always fun. It's not G float. What is it? G float? It's CG float. It's CG float, not G float. Alright. So CG float. Family.raw value. Basically, I'm taking the family's raw value. Basically, it's just the index of the enum. Not sure if it's the best way of doing it, of saying it, but yeah, family.raw value. It's basically, for a small widget, it's 0. For a medium widget, it's 1, and for a large widget, it's 2. You multiply that by 25 and add 5 to the total. That's all there is to it. Then I'm gonna add some pricing into it, because that's fun. Alright, what else do we have? Okay, this is looking good. You can see here that it's now, yeah, it's now already one line. I think it's already been like that for some time. Has it? Yeah, it's already been there for some time, but I remember how I was talking about before how it was actually 2 lines. Now it's 1 line because it's being squished down. That was back in part one, so it's not exactly a few minutes. Like I said, because I said, oh, it'll be fixed in a few minutes. No, it took a whole part for it to be fixed. Anyways, yeah, yeah. I want to see if I can make this a little bigger. Yeah. I'm gonna narrow this down to one. Yeah. So this is gonna be. I made it a little bigger. Maybe I can. Maybe I should make it a little bigger. Okay, so it's family.row_value. Multiply that by 25 and add 14 to be total. That's really it. So you've got some big numbers here. Yeah, big numbers, very big numbers you can look at. Remember that slogan that I made up? Easy to use, simple to read, or simple to use, easy to read. I already forgot the slogan, and this is so disappointing. I'm not a very good marketing person then. Anyways, so for pricing, we want this to change for the medium because we want to take advantage of all that space. So I'm going to check if a family is system medium, then I am just going to, this is going to be an if else statement, so for all the other sizes, it's going to be just the same, nothing too unique, nothing too much. So hstack, and this hstack is going to be, I'm going to align this to, so did I say hstack? Yeah, hstack. So alignment, there's so much stuff happening. Yeah, basically, just like the up here, how I made the alignments leading, I'm going to do something similar, except it's going to be first text baseline. So all the text baseline is going to be just aligned, which is good, because if it's the bottom, sometimes it's misaligned, because some things are bigger than others. It's a bit of a conundrum. It's a bit, it's a little, should I say, complicated. It gets a little, like, not good, doesn't look very good. Anyways, first text baseline, all I'm saying is that it looks good. If it looks good on your eyes, people will like it. And I want to have good quality videos. Yeah. Good quality apps, I mean, results. Alright, so let's see. hstack. This hstack is working. It's aligned. You can see alignment makes a lot of difference. If it's bottom, then sometimes it looks misaligned. See, look, it's misaligned. Like, even if I scroll out, like, if I just minimize, it just looks ugly. Like, it looks disgusting. It looks disgusting. I'm just gonna, like, undo. First text, yeah, there we go. See, first text baseline looks so much better. Amazing. Um, anyways, let's stop talking about that. All right, so this is all that stuff almost done and out of the way. Yeah, the final thing that I want to do is I want to make use, just like how we made use of the medium size widget, I'm going to make use of a big size widget. It's always good to take advantage of your sizes, because that's what makes it look good. It makes it look good. Now, if you don't exactly like it, like if you don't want to use a certain size, so let's say we don't want the big size, let's say, then we can do let's see, supported we can add a modifier to the main struct here, or one that's of type widget. We can set the supported families to an array. We can set, so you can make it available to small and medium. But we're just gonna make it available to all, because we want to be inclusive. We want to make it available to all shapes and sizes. Yes. So yeah. The reason, so we want to make use of a big size, because currently, yeah, we've made use of a big size because the price text is big, nice, and clear. But I want to add a bit more. I want to take that thing a little, the next step, take it to the next level, as they call it. You know how they have all those like gaming trailers, like, we're taking it to a next level. Yeah, it's advertising. But yeah, so you're saying, okay, we've got the pricing, we've got the difference. We don't, we have almost everything until the fact that there is a last trade price that's being overlooked. I mean, the volume that's being overlooked. Like it's like in a corner saying, "No, use me, use me." So I'm like, "All right, we're using you." So we're using the volume. Okay, let's see, volume. Let's create a new variable called volume. And it's gonna be of type SumView. SumView. This is gonna be pretty much the same, except that you're just adding volume to the end. So volume. I'm gonna basically it's the same as the price, except I'm putting all of this text here. I'm interpolating it using the backslash and brackets because I use it a lot. Volume. There you go. I'm making this. I'm just gonna make this available. We're just gonna quickly make this available to the big sizes, the big family. So equals. So if the family is equal to system large, this is gonna be. We're just gonna put in the volume text. Volume text. Here we go. Yeah, volume text. Yeah. All right. So volume. If there's an error, then yeah, the 4 dashes, a very bad pun I made, which I absolutely hate. Okay, we want this to be rounded back to 2 decimal places, unlike the pricing. So remember, %.2f. The number being the number of decimal places you want this to be rounded to. And this is going to be, instead of the pricing, it's going to be the volume. The font, this is going to be a lot easier. If it's system small, wait, what? If it's system small? No, this needs to be set to title 2. There we go. Let's see, title 2. Yeah, it's only going to be available to large sizes, so not sure why. By the way, if you're wondering why I'm looking at the screen on the other side, I said before I have another screen, and where I show where I have all the test app code. So in a way, I'm just like copying it because I want to make sure it looks similar. Because like let's say I have previews all the screenshots of an app that looks like something like that. And then I create this app, which looks like completely different. People are like, well, that's not exactly the tutorial, is it? Anyways, yeah, so we got the volume. It's looking nice, looking very, very nice. So we want to add a foreground color or text color. So the theme, we're going to make this dependent on the theme now. So the theme is equal to dark. So remember how we added an environment property called color scheme or scheme. It's not theme anymore, it's scheme. Not scene, but scheme. If it's dark mode, then it's going to be pink. If not, it's going to be purple. And it should be working, because currently you should see it pink. Yeah, it looks a little reddish for it to be pink. So yeah, it's a little weird. But otherwise, yeah. I think that's really it for the visuals. I'm probably gonna extend this out to like 45 minutes long. So it's a 2-part series, 2-part tutorial. I mean, so let's check out the light mode, and I'm gonna switch straight back to dark mode because I like dark mode. So light mode, it's looking good. It's looking nice. Let's look at dark mode. Dark mode is looking nice as well. Let's check the redacted, and we're going to check redacted in light mode as well. It's looking good. Now this is the only time you're actually gonna see all this stuff looking. This is the only time you're gonna see the dark mode version, because in simulators you can't actually change the color scheme, so it's a little weird. If you want to try it out on dark mode, you gotta buy a phone and test it out. Yeah, I don't know why. I've checked settings and I can't change it unless there's something like a little button that I haven't checked. If you want, you can comment down below and let me know if there's anything you want to tell me. So I've decided to break this tutorial into 3 parts now, but we've just finished up the layout. So all we have to do in the next part is to parse the data from a JSON file. So see you in the next part.